Hello, beautiful truth seekers. Welcome in or welcome back to the Third Flame Tarot. My name is Amber. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am sincerely thrilled to have you here. Today's reading is going to be for the sign of Taurus. Now, if you're interested in learning more about your sign, Taurus, I'm going to post a link to my first video I did on my channel here for you to go check out, because I have a whole intro all about you there. So if you're interested, go check it out. But yeah, this reading is going to be our June reading for Taurus. And, you know, May was a pretty intense birthday month for you. There was a lot going on. You had Jupiter in your sign, and Jupiter has just left your sign and entered into Gemini, which you know, it's a calm after the storm. I can only imagine. You know, Jupiter is the planet of expansion, knowledge, growth, and wisdom. And I'm sure the whole time it was in your sign, there was a lot of revelations and new perspectives being had. But as Jupiter moves out of your sign, we still do have Uranus nearing the end of your sign at 24 degrees. Now, Uranus is the planet of astrology, astronomy, science. It's a shocking, liberating planet. So you do have that going on in your sign still for the month of June. But the most notable thing happening in your sign for the month of June is Mars will be moving out of Aries into your sign. Now, Mars is the planet of aggression, ego, assertiveness. It's masculine. It's a fire element. It's quick. It's fast. It's determined energy. But it kind of conflicts with your natural state of being, Taurus, because Taurus is an earth element, so it's grounded, it's slow, it's steady. And your ruling planet is Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and fertility. So we've got these two conflicting energies going on with Mars entering your sign. And not only that, but at the beginning of the month, when Mars enters your sign, it will square with Pluto. And Pluto is in Aquarius right now in retrograde. So that's some pretty intense internal transformational energy. So Mars is going to kind of supercharge that transformational energy, but on the shadow side, you might be encountering conflicting circumstances, arguments, butting of heads, and a bit of frustration. And as Mars moves through your sign, you might notice for the month of June that you might get frustrated with how slow things are moving. With Mars in your sign, it's going to kind of supercharge you to want things to move faster. But that might not happen. So be careful to not get frustrated when things don't happen the way that you hope that they do. All right, Taurus. Well, before we get started pulling cards, I've got to talk about my meditation today. And meditation today was a stark contrast from the Aries reading I did the day before yesterday. Aries' reading was immediate, meditation was immediate. As soon as I closed my eyes, pictures were coming. But with your reading, it took me about 10 minutes to get into a deeper meditation where I could start seeing visuals and hearing things. But the first thing I saw in my meditation was a basket. And it was the quintessential basket with the handle, and it was filled with beautiful fruit, and all the fruit still had its leaves attached to them. So there were oranges, tangerines, grapes, just a beautiful assortment of fruit, which is definitely a good omen, is my first interpretation of that. And then as I'm looking at this beautiful basket of fruit, a whole bunch of woodland creatures come hopping up. So little bunnies and squirrels and birds and deer. And it kind of reminded me of the scene from the original Snow White when she's singing in the woods with all the animals. It was really endearing and sweet visual. And then that scene fades away, and I'm looking at a face of a woman, and she has long, like light brown hair, almost blondish, but it was long, light brown hair, very straight. Her eyes were closed and her mouth was open, and she was kind of in like a sleeping face, but she wasn't laying down, so it was kind of like, it was like that. And as I was looking at her face, I heard the name Lily. And then her face begins to morph, and it turned into a Picasso painting. And it was, I can't remember the name of it, I might have to look it up later, but it was a pretty famous Picasso painting. And you know, in Picasso paintings, they're sectioned, they have interesting collages of shapes and colors that make a face that, you know, you kind of squint at in order to see sometimes. But her face turned into a Picasso painting, and I was just staring at this painting for quite a while until the painting, the sections of the painting began to shift and move, and they kind of rearranged themselves on the painting to form a picture of a book. And it was an open book. And then the scene goes black again, and I'm kind of sucked out of meditation a little bit. My eyes are still closed, but I'm not still in the deep meditation, and it takes me a little bit more time to get back in. But when I got back in, I saw dice. So I ended up, the scene was held for quite a while, and I was able to count how many dice there were. So there were 9 dice total, 3 dice on the top row, 3 dice in the middle row, and 3 dice at the bottom row. And as hard as I tried, I could only see 2 numbers on the dice. The top left corner of the series of dice was 1. So there was 1 dot on the dice up in the left corner. And then right in the center was 5 dots in the dice in the center. So the dice in the center had 5 dots. The one in the top left had 1 dot. And the rest of them were blurry. I could not pick out any other numbers. And then the scene goes black again, and I'm kind of like, it feels like a push and pull kind of energy. I get like flashes of visuals, but not enough to really make anything out. And then I heard werewolf, but it wasn't werewolf. It was a werewolf. So it was like 2 different words. So aware, wolf. Aware, wolf. And I was like, aware, wolf? Like the wolf is aware, or what? We're aware. I mean, when you think of a werewolf, they howl at the moon. They change with the moon, right? So we just had a new moon in Gemini, and I'm wondering if perhaps something changed for you during the new moon in Gemini. But yes, I saw the aware wolf howling at the moon. And then the scene goes black again, and this is a little weird. I start hearing voices, and I'm able to pick out a few things from these voices. It was mostly just muffled, like, but out of that muffledness, I heard bad lasagna, and then I heard late fees. So bad lasagna and then late fees. I don't know. I'm excited to see how it's going to play out in your reading and if anything matches up, Taurus. So let's get into it. Taurus. Beautiful Taurus. I'm so excited to be back in your sign. You know, you had a really, your May readings were very potent. Some themes, recurring themes in your readings lately have been a lot of transformational energy. I think we got the transformational butterfly at least twice in 2 different readings. And then you got the other recurring card you got is the boundaries card. So boundaries and transformation. In the first reading I did for you, the 3 of Swords did come out with the Queen of Swords. So that was signaling to me that you were overcoming some kind of heartbreak. And then what else did we get in your readings? Yeah, the last reading we did for the Gemini new moon, you got a lot of directional energy. You got like the cardinal card, and you got the protection card, and you got the safe journey card. And in those cards, there's a lot of arrows going lots of different directions. So that to me felt like you're heading new directions right now. You want to try new things. You want to try to go new places and do things a little bit differently. It definitely felt like there was something in your experience that you were not satisfied with. We also got in your Gemini reading, this is the 3rd time I've split the deck and the moon is there, by the way. I usually don't mention the splits, but if they keep popping up over and over when I split the deck, I gotta say something. Look, moon, Gemini. Look, the moon in Gemini. No way. And I was talking about the werewolf in my meditation howling at the moon. Like the werewolf, a werewolf changes with the moon cycles, the lunar cycles. Something quite significant could have happened for you on June 6th. Or some kind of energy has built up. But a werewolf changes form with the lunar cycles. Gemini and moon. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Beautiful. All right, Spirit, we are here to get an energy reading for the sign of Taurus. We're here to get an energy update for the sign of Taurus in the month of June, please, Spirit. What can you tell us about the sign of Taurus for the month of June, Spirit? Sign of Taurus, the bull. The 2nd house, Earth, Venus, two more shuffles, please. Last shuffle. All right, Spirit, we're here to get an energy reading for the sign of Taurus in the month of June, please. Here to get an energy reading for the sign of Taurus in the month of June. 3 base cards for the sign of Taurus, please, Spirit. Whole picture. That looks kind of like a moon. Jupiter. I was telling you about Jupiter just left your sign. And then we've got Pallas. Beautiful. All right, Taurus. The whole picture, I mean, the whole picture is everything. It's like with Jupiter here, Jupiter is the planet of expansion, knowledge, wisdom, learning, philosophy. It's growing, expanding spiritually. It's a very spiritual planet. It's the king of the gods. It's the largest planet in the solar system. And the chaos within it feeds its expansion. Knowledge, learning, wisdom, good fortune, self-realization, and abundance. I feel like with Jupiter in your house or in your sign, that this last year has been a turning point in your life. You kind of took a step back and you're looking at things from a whole new perspective. You're choosing to see the whole picture. And it definitely feels like you're not wanting to put up with any bullcrap anymore. You're tired of it. You're beginning to understand that, you know, these life experiences are short. And how much time do you want to spend in situations that are not matching up to your desires, your wishes and hopes in life? And if I'm remembering correctly, in your May reading, you did get Aquarius. And Aquarius is all about hopes and dreams. This definitely feels to me like, you know, you've learned a lot with this Jupiter transit in your sign. It's really opened your eyes to looking at life in a different way, in a more spiritual way. And now you've gathered a lot of information in a short amount of time, and it's time to kind of take a step back and really let all of that sink in. And then the last card we got is Pallas. Now, Pallas is an asteroid. And the name Pallas comes from Greek mythology. There was a woman named Pallas who was friends with Athena. And one day Pallas decided to pick up a spear and put on armor and become a warrior woman. It is a fire element too. Pallas is fire. And look, Pallas is the owl. It's represented by the owl here, which is exactly what I was talking about with Jupiter. The owl symbolizes knowledge and wisdom. So it's like you've learned so much with Jupiter this last year that now you're ready to take action with Pallas here. You know, Pallas is the owl, but it's also fire, which is active. It's like you're ready to put everything you learned into action. Beautiful. Beautiful, Taurus. All right, Spirit, where should we go next? Okay, Spirit's definitely telling me to pick up my new deck. So I did get a new deck, Taurus, and it is the Oracle of Pluto. Now, this seems really appropriate because, like I said, you're going to have a square in Pluto when Mars enters your sign. And Pluto is the planet of transformation. And in 2 out of the 3 of your last readings, if not 3, we've gotten the transformation butterfly in your reading. So with Mars squaring Pluto on, what is that, the 10th? Mars squares Pluto, I'm pretty sure, no, on the 11th. Mars squares Pluto on the 11th. So that's going to be a potent energy. It's like action towards transformation. And it's an internal transformation because Pluto is in retrograde. Now, Pluto is Scorpio's planet. And Scorpio sits in the 8th house, which is all about your shadow side. It's magic, the taboo, the unusual. Pluto represents death and rebirth. All right, Spirit, what do we have from this deck for the sign of Taurus, please? The Oracle of Pluto. All right, Spirit, let's get a few more cards for the sign of Taurus. One more shuffle. All right, Spirit. What do we have out of this deck for the sign of Taurus, please? What do we have out of this deck for the sign of Taurus? Thank you. Jellyfish. Oh, there's 2 cards. Jellyfish and fox. Now, I know that the fox symbolizes, it's a spirit guide that leads you into the other realms. The fox symbolizes a guide that takes you to the underworld. It's kind of Anubis energy. The fox is able to access different dimensions. It's an interdimensional being. And the fox is pretty close to wolf. And I saw an aware wolf. But we'll have to look up these cards. Like I said, this is a new deck for me. And then we got the jellyfish. Now, the jellyfish is deep down in the darkness, in the pit of the ocean. And the jellyfish, to me, is like light within the darkness. A lot of them are luminescent. They're beautiful, artistic. And I did have a meditation once where I saw the entire universe was shaped like a jellyfish, just pulsing in the ether. Okay, let's read up about these cards. Okay, jellyfish. All right, jellyfish. Here we go. Jellyfish, number 26. That's pretty close to Uranus is at 24 degrees in your sign right now. But jellyfish is number 26 and the fox is, where's the fox? Hen, doe, devil, spider, moose, snake, swallow, goose. Where's the fox? Huh? Boar, tiger, rooster, mallard, devil, alligator, hermit crab, doe, wolf, pigeon, goose, swallow, salamander, snake, moose, jellyfish, spider, goat, whitetail, house cat, crab, hawk, elephant, puppet master, friend, world. Huh. That's interesting. I don't see fox in this book at all. Turtle, boar, unicorn, squirrel. Oh, no, wait, here we go. Fox, number 66. Okay, so we got jellyfish 26 and fox 66. Jellyfish 26. Okay, here we go. Jellyfish. The meaning, releasing expectation, ease, flow, and instincts. Of all the creatures in the sea, the jellyfish is a bit of an oddball. They are around 95% water and don't have a brain, heart, or bones. Without a central nervous system, they rely solely on the sensitive nerve endings at the base of their tentacles to detect touch, temperature, and the flow of the ocean. Their lack of resistance to the ocean's currents enables them to navigate their underwater world with ease. Humans know more about outer space than we know about our own oceans, which is wild when you consider the fact that oceans cover 71% of the Earth. There are depths that humans haven't even been able to explore because the pressure of the ocean is so great that it crushes submarines. And yet, the jellyfish has mastered the art of traversing the vast oceans, of harnessing the powerful currents to help them along their paths. They instinctively know that resistance is futile, and if they can just embrace the flow, they will be carried far and wide. When jellyfish energy is present, there is something in this wisdom that can help you now. Yeah. And that's what's been coming up in your readings lately, that you're branching off, going new directions, and you're ready to put what you've learned into action. Have you considered that needing to be in control or feeling tied to a certain outcome may be holding you back? When we can embrace the current situation for what it truly is, we are freed from the chains of our expectations, and the weight of stress is lifted. When we can find peace in the present and go with the natural cycles of our lives, be it with trust, we may end up not where we expected to be, but somewhere better. Cool. All right, Fox, page 66. Here we go. Fox. The meaning: trickster, sly, slippery, elusive, and clever. That saying, sly like a fox, exists for a reason. Just when you think you've got the fox pinned down, this slippery friend pulls another trick from its sleeve and escapes once again. In many cultures, the fox is associated with the trickster archetype, as well, often a character in stories that fools the protagonist over and over. If the clever fox has wiggled into a reading of yours, this trickster energy is asking for your attention. A situation has arrived that requires you to think on your feet or be very cunning in your approach. Whatever is going on, you must be clever. When we are in the theater of the trickster, everyone is wearing a mask, including you. Clarity may feel elusive, just out of reach no matter what you do. And certainly, there is drama. But be very smart about your next move and consider the image your mask is presenting. In Norse mythology, Loki is the trickster god. In Roman mythology, this title belongs to Mercury. While the connotations that the word trickster carries is often negative, these trickster gods are always having a good time with their schemes. Drama and glamour go hand in hand with this energy, and there are two things highly prized in modern society. Indeed, people lead lifelong, successful careers in the art of just that. How can you channel these ideas to serve you now? You can make yourself up to be whatever you need to be. Yeah, I was looking up Fox spirit totems last month, and of course the fox does symbolize a sly trickster energy, but the fox is also known for being a weaver between worlds and can act as a spirit guide in the underworld. So, let's see how this plays out in your reading. Is this fox a guide to the underworld with Pluto squaring Mars for you? Or is the fox this trickster energy causing drama in your life? Let's do some tarot. All right, Spirit, what else can you tell us for the sign of Taurus? What else do we have for the sign of Taurus today, Spirit? I just split the deck and the universe is there. That came out yesterday in Aries reading. The universe. You know, you might be interested to watch Aries reading, Taurus. If you have any Aries placements, I would say go watch it. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or just a lot of planets or something going on in Aries. But, you know, Aries' ruling planet is Mars, and you are about to get a taste of Aries' ruling planet. All right, Spirit. What else do we have for the sign of Taurus? And who is this fox energy? I want to know more about the fox. All right, 2 more shuffles, please. I just split the deck and there's the 2 of Cups. Oh my gosh, no way. Look, I split the deck and there's 2 of Cups. When I was asking about the fox, we got a double whammy, 2 of Cups. Now, in both your Gemini reading and your May reading, we got the boundaries card. And it did feel like there was somebody in your energy that was causing chaos in your life. And so I feel like this is confirmation from Spirit that this fox is indeed a trickster energy. Somebody that you may have a romantic relationship with. Doesn't have to be, but generally the 2 of Cups is like Libra energy. It's a 7th house energy. Romance. All right, Spirit. You gave us the 2 of Cups twice when I asked about the fox. Can you tell us more about the fox, please? Let's get 2 more shuffles. 1, 2. I just got tingles in the back of my head. I always get the tingles right here when like Spirit is close by, ready to talk. All right, Spirit. What else can you tell us about this fox, please? We want to learn more about the fox, the trickster energy that's here. What else can you tell us about the fox here, Spirit? Why did the fox turn up for Taurus's reading? The Queen of Vessels. Okay. What else? Whoa. Whoa. We got the 7 of Swords flying away in the reverse. Okay. Tell us more. Why did the fox appear here for Taurus's reading? Tell us more about the fox. The 7 of Pentacles. Okay. Ooh, the 2 of Vessels. Let's get one more. One more, please. One more card. One more card, please. Why is the fox here? Thank you. the Five of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so asking about this fox, the first card we got is the Queen of Vessels. Now, the vessels in this deck symbolize a fifth element, which is ether or spirit. The Queen of Vessels is deeply spiritual. She's wise. She's an alchemist. Let's read a little bit about her in the book. Okay, Queen of Vessels, Spirit. Page of Vessels. Here we go, Queen of Vessels. The Queen of Vessels, element, ether, and water. The Queen of Vessels precedes the blackening with a contrasting white stage. The albedo. Yeah, exactly. Alchemy. Like the bright sun of dawn, she arises as a promise of hope for those who traveled the obscure roads of the dark night. In alchemy, the new being that emerged from Negredo. Now, Negredo is like the dark, the depths, the destruction energy. In alchemy, the new being that emerged from the Negredo phase must be clean from the remnant impurities. The water that dominates the queens is an essential element to this cleansing that transforms the blackness into the whiteness, the purified body. Look, Taurus, the blackness into the whiteness. Transformation. Yes. Cleansing that transforms the blackness into the whiteness of a purified body. The woman doing laundry, washing white sheets on the right side of the card are a common alchemical metaphor for this process, as the dark stains are washed away in the river's waters. The Queen appears from the left, affirming the receptive aspects that call us to enjoy this moment of peace. Surrounded by fertile nature, just like my meditation, fertile nature. I saw the basket with all the fruit in it and all the woodland creatures. It was a very idyllic scene. The Queen appears from the left, affirming the receptive aspects that call us to enjoy this moment of peace. Surrounded by fertile nature, she invokes a balance in our emotional self, calming down our impulses and uncontrolled stimuli. As an intuitive ruler of our subconscious mind, she encourages us to find the synchronicity between the higher self, or the synchrony, rather, between the higher self and the lower self. This White Queen assumes the identity of Luna. I saw an aware wolf in my meditation. And this White Queen assumes the identity of Luna. Like you were called to a transformation, like something happened to you spiritually recently that has totally flipped a switch in your spiritual mind. You're starting to look at the world in a very different way. And it's awesome. Keep it up, Taurus. Okay, let's keep reading. Wow, this is so cool. Oh my gosh. Yes. Like this is totally Jupiter energy. It's philosophy, it's alchemy, it's wisdom, knowledge, learning, growth, expansion. Yeah. And you're starting to take on like a bit more of a fire energy. Like you're ready for action around this. Okay. This White Queen assumes the identity of Luna, as we can see in the shape above the vessel. Luna has a great influence on water, which explains the Queen's strong connection to that emotional element. The theory leaves no doubt that she is the feminine side of this long-awaited alchemical marriage. The caducus on her hands, caducus? Oh, that's the snakes, I think. Yeah. The caducuses on her hands as a symbol of contrary forces united signifies that she no longer resists her opposite side, but walks towards it, accepting it as her other half and looking for an internal balance. She's ready to receive the king's seed, so both can combine themselves into a greater new being. Note that this queen is the only queen that stands up, as if she is waiting for her masculine correspondent. Now, it doesn't matter if you are in a feminine body or a masculine body. All this means is that you could be a feminine sign, in which you are Taurus, because you're an earth element, and the earth is a feminine sign. So it could be the other way around. You could be in a masculine body as a feminine sign, waiting for your feminine counterpart that could be a masculine sign, perhaps. I mean, you put it together how it fits in your story. But basically, she's waiting for her counterpart. The White Queen is often connected to someone who is achieving the stage of whiteness. Depending on the spread, she can be yourself or someone within your environment. Wow, that is so cool. Taurus. The White Queen assumes the identity of a Luna. Yeah, it's like you're coming out of a dark state. Look at this card too. It's like a whiteness within the darkness, which is a lot like a full moon. And the werewolf comes out during a full moon. Yeah, and it transformed you. You've been transformed. But the next card that comes out is the Seven of Swords in the reverse, which means it shows me that you feel like an imposter. You're like, this isn't who I really am. It's all new and fresh for you, perhaps. Like these new ideas and concepts and way of being may feel like you might feel out of place, or that it's not who you really are. But you know, with the Queen of Vessels here, it's like, you know, you're making peace with your dark and your light side. You're embracing both sides of the spectrum about yourself. Look at her head. This card is so beautiful. She's got this beautiful aura, glowing, decorative aura, with a bunch of symbols all over it. Wow, yeah, you feel like you've dipped your toes in the water of a spiritual concept, but you feel like, you know, like a little bit of an imposter, like you know, it's kind of funny when people are faced with new ideas or concepts, the first reaction you get is resistance, right? No matter what it is, if it's something different than you've always done, you might feel a bit of resistance towards this change. But Spirit is saying, with the Seven of Pentacles coming next, that the seeds have been planted. There's no going back. This change is inevitable. And eventually you will get a harvest. The Seven of Pentacles is earth energy. It's all about reaping what you sow. It's about planting your seeds and helping them grow and understanding that it will take time. You don't plant a seed, water it, and expect to come back and have a fruiting tree in a day. It just doesn't work like that. So Spirit is saying the seeds, these spiritual seeds have been planted for you, and keep watering them. Keep watering them and tending to them and picking the weeds around them, because eventually you will get a beautiful harvest. It'll take you places where mentally you didn't think you could go. I'm getting a little bit of a feeling of a static undercurrent of depression. I'm getting that you might look at the world or you might have looked at the world in a very monotone manner. Like you're a beautiful artist with thoughts and ideas and concepts and beauty, like you understand the beauty, but you haven't really taken that to its greatest potential, because you look at the world around you in a very monotone way. You see the darkness, or you have seen the darkness around you as depressing. But something to think about that, Taurus, is that everything that happens, the good, the bad, the ugly, the sad, the happy, the beautiful, the endearing, the loving, like it's all God. It's all beautiful and perfect. And I know sometimes that's hard to understand, you know, when you hurt, when it's painful, when something or someone you care about or a concept you care about or something like that is hurt, is wounded. It's hard to see the beauty around you, but the beauty in that is that it helps us grow. The darkness is a catalyst. Without it, there would be no growth. There would be no expansion. It's the yin and the yang. It's the nature of the universe. The darkness is a catalyst to the light. You can't have the light without the dark. There would be no picture. You have to have contrast. And I think you're starting to understand this now, Taurus. And it's lighting you up. And you know, with Pluto squaring Mars in your house, in your sign, I mean, that's just light and a fire under this transformational energy. Yeah, you're ready to put some stuff into action, because the next card we got is the Two of Vessels. Now, the Two of Vessels, look at, he stands with 1 foot in one pool, 1 foot in the other. He has access to other dimensions. He can exist in two worlds at once. And of course, the number two also symbolizes duality. Exactly what I was just talking about. The black, the white, the good, the bad, the yin, the yang. Twos are duality. And you're starting to see this now. The vessels, like I said, they're an element of spirit. They're the ether, the spirit realm. You're starting to dip your toes in this water. In this spiritual water. Beautiful. You know, it's really cool here too. If you look at the Queen of Vessels, she's got the little Luna, right, on her vessel. And he's got it here too. He's got it right here, but the head is inside the bottle. Yeah, this is amazing. Yeah, you're understanding with the jellyfish here, you're starting to look at the world in a different way. You're starting to see the beauty in the mundane, in the dark, in the unwanted because you understand that it's a lesson. And you're just flowing with the current now. And that is the best way to go. That is the best way to go. Just flow with the river of life. No resistance. Because everything that happens is beautiful and divine. Alright, and then the next card we got is the Five of Wands in reverse. It's like you're over it. You're done with the conflict. You're done with the drama. You are over it. And you are making changes. I'm getting a feeling that you are rejecting the drama coming into your life. Like you're putting up boundaries. You're working on your boundaries, Taurus. And that's been a recurring card in your readings. All right, beautiful. Oh my gosh, Taurus, yes. All right, Spirit, what else do we got for the sign of Taurus, please? Okay, that wanted to fly out. Look, spiritual cleansing. Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about here. You are rejecting the negative things in your life. You're turning them away to protect your energy. You are putting up boundaries. Because when you protect your energy is priceless. It really is. When you are in a higher vibration, you begin to attract more of what you want into your life. You begin to manifest more of what you want into your life. You're happier. And when you're happier, you're more productive. And Taurus, your planet is Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, art and creation. Like, that is you. That should be your baseline. And when there are things in your life that are causing you chaos, destruction, trickster energy, like, you gotta put up boundaries against that. To protect your energy. Because you got better shit to do. You got better shit to do, right? Okay, what else for Taurus, please? Woohoo! Whoa, Taurus, this came out in your, was it your May reading or your Gemini reading? But it came out. I'm pretty sure it was your May reading. So here it is again, reappeared, soulmate. And then we got the Queen of Vessels. It's like you are waiting for your soulmate to come in. It feels like something ended here. You put up boundaries towards something that was deceitful, a deceitful energy. You've put up boundaries to it, and you're dipping your toes in the water of spirituality. Now you're opening yourself up to being receptive, to allowing a true soulmate to come in. The soulmate card also represents integration. Integrating the dark and the light sides of yourself, Taurus. Look at the Queen of Vessels has the snake wand. I forget what this is called. It's like a caduceus, something like that. But that's all about integration. I think this card came out in your May reading, the soulmate card, in the exact same position as well. Go back and check out your May reading. I'll link it. I'll link it below. Post a link. Because this card came in the same position in your May reading, Taurus. But wow, this is so much better than your May reading. Like, you're actually putting stuff into action. Yes! Woo! I'm rooting for you, Taurus. I am so rooting for you. What else we got? Thank you. Grounded! Yes! Yes! Taurus, that's you. You're a fixed earth sign. The fixed signs are the stabilizers of the zodiac. Earth, is groundedness. You are becoming your own anchor. Oh, I just got chills. Oh my God, I feel like crying. Oh, I feel really overwhelmed with emotion all of a sudden. Taurus, you're becoming your own anchor. You're finding your own stability within yourself and not letting the negativity of the world get to you anymore. You're starting to see it for what it is. Spirit, what else out of this deck for Taurus? What else out of this? Did you see that? There's a card upside down in here. Magic. Yes, you are starting to see the magic that surrounds you, Taurus. This pentagram symbol, the circle, represents the universe. And the points of the star represent different elements. Earth, air, fire, water, and ether. This beautiful sign is showing me that you are starting to see the magic that surrounds you. There is so much magic, even within what we consider mundane. If you take a moment and you look at just anything in your environment, a pen, you know the magic that it takes in order to manifest that pen into the reality. It's mind-boggling. There's magic in literally everything around us. In every experience, within every face, within every tear and laugh, there's magic. Taurus, you're starting to see this. I need one more card out of this deck. What else out of this deck, please, Spirit? What else? What else out of this deck for the Taurus collective that this story belongs to? What else for the Taurus, please? Thank you. Meditate. Yes, Spirit is saying that you've got this concept now. You're starting to see things the right way. There's been a shift in your mental state, in your spiritual perspective. There's been a shift. And you're starting to see the magic that surrounds you and dipping your toes in the water of the ether. But Spirit says, now you need to learn how to meditate. This symbol, this mudra that this hand is taking is called Jnana Mudra. And you see yogis doing it all the time because we have energy fields in our body. And at the tips of our fingers are they're like electrical batteries. They have a lot of electrical current and energy that flows through them. And the pointer finger represents the self, and the thumb represents the universe. Now, it could be the other way around. I could be getting that wrong, but one represents the universe and one represents the self. So when you do this mudra, it connects you with the universe. It's like you dial the tuner on a radio just right, and it helps connect you with the universe, the energy of the universe. You're better able to download information from the Akashic records. I always do this mudra in my meditations. I have a few of my favorite mudras, but that's a perfect one to do in meditation. So Spirit is saying, now you've got all this knowledge. You're seeing things from a different perspective. You're looking around the world and noticing the magic that surrounds you. Now it's time to put it into practice and start doing some meditating. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, Taurus. Yes. Oh. Wow, I think this is beautiful. I'm going to get just a few more cards. Let's get a few cards out of the Dreams and Incarnations deck. Spirit, what else do you have for the sign of Taurus, please? Let's get a few more cards for Taurus. Wow. Yes, Taurus. This is a big jump from your May reading. Yeah, I just saw the Traveler card after I said big jump from your May reading. Yeah, you're moving in new directions. All right. Let's get 2 more shuffles for the sign of Taurus, please. That was 1. That's 2. All right, Spirit, what else do you have for the sign of Taurus, please? What else for the sign of Taurus? Ooh, we just had a couple of flippers. This one flipped. The Novice. And this one. And the Child. Taurus. This is exactly what I've been getting out of your reading. That you've got a new outlook on the world. A new spiritual outlook. But you're just a baby. You're just a baby to these deep spiritual and philosophical perspectives. You've got a lot to learn. But let me tell you something. It never ends, so don't get worked up about it. The more you learn that you know nothing. There is so much to the universe. It's not even possible to learn it all in a lifetime. So don't get worked up about it or stressed out that something isn't happening fast enough, which is Mars. Right? Mars in your sign squared Pluto. And Mars throughout your whole sign. Like, don't worry that things are not happening fast enough. Have patience with yourself. Do not get frustrated. It's time to look at things through the eyes of a child. With wonder and curiosity. The child doesn't worry about what happens tomorrow. And they don't worry about what happened yesterday. They live in the present moment. Filled with curiosity and imagination. Creativity. Always take an outlook on the world through the eyes of a child. There is so much magic and power to that. The child sees limitless possibilities. They believe that anything can happen. And anything can happen. There are unlimited possibilities. Beautiful. Oh my God, Taurus. Let's get one more card for you, Taurus. Let's get one more card. All right, Spirit, can we get one more card for the sign of Taurus? Let's take one more shuffle. All right, Spirit, what else for the sign of Taurus, please? Any other words of advice or wisdom for the sign of Taurus? Anything else for the sign of Taurus, please, Spirit? Anything else? What else for the sign of Taurus, please? Thank you. The key. Oh my gosh. This card came out, not this specific card, but the talisman card from the symbols deck came out for Aries yesterday. And the talisman card, which is also a key in this deck, came out multiple different times over the Gemini reading. The key means that it's 33. 3-3, the key. But anyway, the key means that doors are opening for you, that you have the key to move from one realm to the next, from one experience to the next. You have new perspectives that are going to take you places and bring you new experiences. You've got the keys to your self-imposed prison, a prison that you might have been in for a really long time. Through looking at the world through darker eyes. But things are changing, and you are setting yourself free through perspective. Taurus, thank you so much for tuning in today. I certainly hope that this reading was helpful for you and that it resonated. And if it did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted each time I posted a new reading. I cannot wait to see you again in the next reading, and I can't wait to see how the month of June plays out for you with Mars entering your sign. So thank you so much for tuning in today, Taurus. We'll see you next time. Namaste.